My bird snitched on me. Obligatory. This happened 4 years ago. At the time, I was 18 and a senior at a very academically competitive high school with lots of rich parents. Mine weren't necessarily rich, but they were very strict and kinda acted like they were filthy rich, like some of my friends' parents. I had 2 best friends in high school. Guys, by the way. Let's call my 2 friends Duke and Tommy for ease. Where Duke was the preppy, my dad has 3 different successful businesses, and Tommy had a thing for the finer greens in life, and sometimes presented us with some of the high-quality good stuff. Mind you, me and Duke weren't avid weed smokers, but when Tommy came to us and said, "Guys, I got us some of the finest shit," we agreed to smoke up a few joints together and had even called the event Smoking Night. How clever. This exact situation happened, and we agreed to do it at my house. Since I live in a house where my room is kinda distant from the other rooms, smell wouldn't travel to other rooms, and privacy. And also, my parents were out for an overnight trip, and that's kinda mandatory for us in high school to risk it. So we had a house parrot named Balthazar who used to talk shit all the time. The fucker was literally the worst, with his famous "fuck you, oh yeah." Meanwhile, Tommy, Duke, and I were smoking up these magnificent joints, and we're starting to feel pretty good. This is when that phase of smoke night commences. We begin to play our favorite smoking game. Pass the joint, buddy. Game is pretty simple. Every round, a new word gets added into the pool, and this word means you have to pass the joint, buddy. And the guy receiving it needs to take a hit, usually a rather small one since this game snowballs. Words such as I, you, am, are, and other very often used words means that these joints go quick and fast, and so does the phrase, "pass the joint, buddy." Fast forward to next day after a very successful smoking night with my 2 best friends. My parents are driving up and I'm airing out my room to minimize risks, and Balthazar is still talking shit like he does on the regular. They come into my room, you know, the usual, "Hey, how was your night with Tommy and Duke?" By the way, Duke is their favorite. They always thought Tommy was kinda explicit with the usual, "Oh, we had fun, you know, went out to eat, watched a movie, chilled." My mom's face goes into that mom mode where something's not clean. Don't act like you don't know which face I'm talking about. Starts sniffing like something's up and was like, "Gosh, when's the last time you aired out this room?" Here I'm thinking, score. She hasn't caught us and just thinks my room is a mess. So I start tidying up in front of her and air out the room, like I didn't just do that 10 minutes earlier and think everything's all right, until Balthazar starts talking shit again and bursts out, "Pass the joint, buddy. Pass the joint, buddy. Pass the joint, buddy." Instead of the usual, "Fuck you, oh yeah." My mom's face turned completely red. She calls my dad to my room, and Balthazar is literally going off with that stupid phrase. I think, oh shit, I'm so dead. My dad is slow, and mom goes, "I swear, move your ass in here." And they start yelling and talking. All kinds of boarding school, curfew, grounding every possible scenario of punishing me for smoking night with Duke and Tommy. They even called Duke and Tommy's parents and told them what happened, and Tommy got sent to boarding school for the rest of the semester. I managed to come out of this scenario with a 1-month grounding and no contact with my friends. Balthazar still says, "Pass the joint, buddy," but now combines it with, "Fuck you, oh yeah," and "Okay, so yeah." Don't have a shitty parrot who likes to talk shit.